Craig, how we doing, my friend?
I'm doing, I don't know, horrible after that.
I don't even know where to begin, mate. Honestly, Harvey Barnes just loves to score against Leeds. Newcastle 4, Leeds 3. Just right at the end, mate, and it's just it's horrible, isn't it?
As a football fan, what a game. Yeah, but as a football fan, what a game. What a game to watch. It were unbelievable. Everything you want, end-to-end, controversy, penalties, fouls, everything you want in a football game. Just when you're on the losing end and in that manner, oh, it hurts.
Like you said, from a neutral point of view, fantastic game. 2 penalties. Again, both sides think it's dubious. So I've seen Newcastle fans said that there shouldn't have been a penalty, that they shouldn't have had a penalty, like we shouldn't have had a penalty, sorry. And then a lot of Leeds fans are saying that we shouldn't have had a penalty. But let's just get straight into it, mate, because should theirs have been a penalty? Like, should we have had a penalty? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it were a penalty. It's the thing about penalties is they get given, don't they, or they don't get given. And whether you're on the receiving end or not, it's always, unless it's chopping someone down, when you're the last man and it's a clear penalty. It's one of those where it's like you can try and argue and find a way to go, it's not. But if you were on the opposite side, it's one of those where if you're on the opposite side, you're going to say yes, it is. And when you're on the receiving end of it, you can say no, it's not. So it's one of those. But yeah, I mean, I thought we deserved it. It were a penalty, just like theirs. I mean, I think, in my personal opinion, that's an harsh handball because you turn away from the ball, but your arm is sticking out, so it shouldn't be sticking out like that.
yeah.
But you turn away from the ball, but you've got your arms out. It's like it's harsh, but it's a penalty under the rules. So same as ours, under the rules, penalty.
Yeah, I mean, let's just touch straight away, mate. Calvert Lewin wins the ball back. Great pressing, great tackling. Lays it off to Brendan Aronson. Man in form. Tucks it away nicely, mate. We just can't hold a lead. Just
Yeah.
could not hold a lead today.
No, I
And
mean,
it's that man again, in it, Harvey bloody Barnes, who equalised, mate.
yeah,
I
and
mean,
I think one thing I will say is that their goals were all unavoidable. Like all avoidable, sorry, not unavoidable. They were all avoidable. Like Stroik just did go for that ball. Like he didn't just put himself in front, put himself to ground to try and win the ball. Didn't make an effort to try and win it. Kind of caught in no man's land. Stack didn't try to get in front of Harvey Barnes. They just like seemed to let him have the shot. And I'm like, I mean, put some fight up, but it's like a few games ago. Can you remember when second half we'd have a good first half, and then the second half, the first 5-10 minutes, we were awful and letting teams back into it. And then we sorted that out. And then all of a sudden today, it's like now for the last two games, it's we go in the lead and then we lose it within 5 minutes. And it's like it's happened again 3 times tonight. So yeah, I just think we needed some fresh legs on after that third goal. After we went 3-2 up, we should have brought fresh legs on to freshen it up.
yeah, we'll touch upon that in a bit. But like you said, mate, Leeds have become only the second team in Premier League history to lead a game 3 times and lose. And who are the other team? Leeds
It's
against
Leeds.
Spurs. So it is just the Leedsy way,
It's
mate.
Leeds. That's it.
But yeah, you've already touched upon it. The penalty, obviously, get a penalty, equal, go 2-1 up, sorry. And then Joe Linton equalizes in the second half, mate. I mean, avoidable.
It were very avoidable. I mean, again, nobody chased the ball down, just expecting it to go out, and nobody went out with the Newcastle player to try and just to close him down or to try and stop him getting that crossing. But he had all the time in the world. Like he stopped the ball, ran off the pitch, came back on with the ball, and I'm like, nobody's close to him. But then you get that cross, which, you know, it's a nice cross and a nice header tucked away in the corner. But then there's an argument Joe Linton shouldn't even be on pitch. The arguing he was doing with the referee, there's a yellow card for dissent, and he wouldn't shut up, and he was going mad. And you know, the diving, he dived to try and get a penalty. So it's all like if buts and maybes, isn't it? But it's like, you know, it's one of them things. All I've got to do is try and compose myself and take the loss, and hope we go again.
Like I said last
You can't try to break that game down. It's just too much.
Like I said last episode, mate, it's like it's going to our heads, and I mean, Towell could have been sent off. I mean, he got a yellow card after 6 minutes for that rash tackle on Justin, and then the penalty could have got another yellow card for that. I can see why he got taken off at half time, but then Gruev picks up the ball, mate. Lovely pass to Brendan Aronson, who makes it 3-2 on the 79th minute, mate. And you think, right, 10 minutes plus injury time, make subs, like do subs beforehand. They'd already made subs, they'd already made their subs and they were changing the game for them. Why, when it's 3-2, do you then bring Noah Okafor on for Statch? And that's it. It's just.
Yeah, it needed freshening up. Like, if anything, you should be bringing like players like Tanaka on. You're looking at your defense. You should be trying to see that game out. Like, not like just go all defensive, but at least see it out with fresher legs, you know, and a bit more compact. Because we were just it was just too open. Like I say, it were a game for the neutrals because it was just too open end to end, and anything could have happened. Like, we could have even ended up taking. Like, when it went to 3-3, we could have even ended up winning that. Like, Metro had a couple of chances. You know, it could have gone either way, but unfortunately, it went their way to that guy that keeps scoring against us non-stop. And also, we had 10 minutes extra added time, and they're scoring the 12th minute. I mean, I don't know where the extra 2 minutes come from, but it's all excuses. Like, it's all trying to cope with how did that happen. But yeah, the positive I can take out is we competed against a team that, you know, were up there in Champions League places last season. So
I mean, Bruno got the penalty, so obviously that went to VAR. So you'd have had time added on for that. Then we made three substitutes in that time as well. But I mean, yeah, like you said, theirs was a penalty. Jumps up, stupid. I say stupidly. What else is he supposed to do that? In that situation, you've got to turn to do it, otherwise you'll getting it square in the face and stuff. So, and it's Aronson, not the tallest of players, so he done well to get that high. But it's just obviously penalty, and then right at the last minute they get a corner. Perry punches it. They get a throw in, which quick ball in. In my opinion, Barnes handballs it as it comes down. Whether or not it rolls down his arms, he still handballs it. But Perry, mate, should he have done better? Should defending have done better? What do you think?
Well, yeah, I think. I mean, you look at the ball where it rolled over him. Like, Metche was stood next to him, and just like the comment said, every half sober fan was questioning why we brought on Metche and not Tanaka. So did I. I think Metche offers us nothing. Like, he's at the minute. I know that he went on that little scoring run, but at the minute, I don't think he's any better than what Peru is. He's frustrated me a lot, and he could have probably helped avoid Harvey Barnes getting all of that. But again, you just watch the ball drop to his foot to get a shot off, and again, it could have been avoidable. But Perry, yeah, he got his hand to it, and it went under his hand. I mean, He's starting to grate on me a little bit, is Perry, with these errors.
And the fact I backed him, I've done a video saying that I want him in and stuff like that. But this stat really frustrates me. That save, a goalkeeper would be expected to save Harvey Barnes 12 plus minute winner 83% of the time, according to X Scott. I mean, take all of that out. I mean, he needs to get down quicker. And we have seen it in the past when it's a low shot, he can't really do. And I mean, let's just get straight into rating him, mate, because we're talking about him right now. What did you make of his overall performance? I mean, was it any better than, say, Melier's from a couple seasons ago?
No, I'd say I'm just going to come to the beginning of 6.
3 saves.
I thought he could have done better in all situations.
I mean, yes, he made 3 saves. One of them, he was already lying down. It was shot straight at him.
Yeah, he didn't make. I think he didn't make no game-changing saves, though, did he? Like he did against in the last game when he saved that. You know, where he saved that header, which today's saves were bread and butter, I'd say. So I'd go 6.
5.5, mate. We will talk on Farke and his subs at the end when we do rate Farke, because comments here on YouTube, I will address Farke at the end when we do rate him. But yeah, 5 for Perry, mate. Next, we've got Rodon, mate. Probably come back a bit too quickly, in my opinion. But then for me, it's the case of sorry, it's the case you've got Bornau that's been playing since he's come. He's not been used that much. He was getting really, really tired last game near the end. Hindsight's a fantastic thing. I was happy that Rodon came back in as quick as he did, mate. But what would you rate him?
I for first hour, and I thought that it will probably it's good to have him back. I'd probably give him a 7, but it's not his best 7. Like, it's not a good 7, if that makes sense. But it was good until you could tell after an hour he needed taking off.
6.
Because after that, it was just going downhill.
I think as good as the ball was from no, sorry, my mistake. Yeah, as good as the ball was from Bruno Guimaraes for the goal, I think that he was also keeping him on side, and I think had he been fully fit, he wouldn't have done that. So for me,
that's what I think. That's what I'm saying. That up to an hour, it was good, but after that, he needed taking off, and that's where it drops.
Yeah, I'm still going to give him a 6. Right, Bijol next, mate. What did you rate him today?
I didn't really notice Bijol, to be honest.
I thought he was brilliant in the air.
I probably, yeah, good in the air. But I don't think I didn't really notice him because I don't think he made many. He didn't make many mistakes. He didn't do anything spectacular. Although he nearly did draw a foul. Like he does like to grab hold of people, doesn't he? He's a bit Liam Cooperish in that way. I'd probably lean to giving him a 7 as well. I don't think any of our defence were particularly good. Central defence.
6.5. I think. I even think that's being generous for the fact that we've conceded 4 goals, and I guess that none of them really was the defensive
saying I think Central.
Yeah, 6.5 for him.
But
Right.
the work, yeah.
It's a tough one. Yeah, I'll still say right. Pascal next, mate. What did you think of him overall? Pascal.
I'll give him 6 because as good as he is sometimes coming forward, his passing today were rubbish. And there were a couple of times where he had an heavy touch and he was making a lot of mistakes tonight, and sometimes not putting his foot where he should be. Yeah, 6. I'm happy giving him a 6.
Yeah, 6 is
I
fine.
thought he got worse than them all.
Yeah. Justin next, mate. So unlucky to hit the crossbar. I think if that was anyone else, it's probably in. But
I think if that's Bogle, it's in. I was shouting at it when he hit the bar. I was like, if that was Bogle, that's in. I give him a 7. I thought he was pretty good in moments, but also not too bad because his wing backs weren't bad tonight. But yeah, overall, I think a 7's fair for him.
yeah, well, I agree. 7 for him. Goodmanson, mate, obviously showed some rapid pace to win the ball back near the end of the game. What did you think of him today? Quiet or decent game?
I thought out of all the defenders, he was probably the best defender we had on the pitch. I'd probably lean to giving him a 7 as well, but an higher 7, heading into 7.5, just because of the way that he the things that he can produce going forward, and when he runs back in his like in the last few minutes in his Jacob Murphy beats him, just takes the ball and just like, yeah. I'm not giving him a 7.5.
I'm only going to give him a 7. Ampadu next, mate. Back from suspension, and God, did we need him? I mean, brilliant defensive work, tackling, passing the ball.
Yeah.
Well, what did you think of him today?
Yeah, it was really good back. Really good back. That bit more vital field.
Yeah. Oh, we do apologise. Craig's internet has seemed to have gone, so we'll carry on. For me, Ampadu, I mean, like I said, his passing was good. It was crisp, laying it off. Tackling wise, I thought he was excellent. Made 4 tackles, which was joint most out of anyone from Leeds today. Won a corner. Yes, he was dispossessed once. I will rate him a 7 out of 10. I'll carry on until Craig comes back. He is unfortunately up in Newcastle where the internet isn't the greatest. So I will go on to Statch next, who I thought overall had a very good game going forward. Passing wasn't the best, as always. And I've always been not critical of him, but said that his passing hasn't always been the best. But again, 4 key passes in the game, which is the most from a Leeds player. I just think his short, simple passes weren't that great. Had a couple shots, one on target, one off target. Statch 7.5 from me, which will lead me on to Gruev. Again, see a lot of negative comments from Gruev online saying that he's shouldn't be playing in the Premier League. He's not good enough for the Prem. For me, I see Gruev as an underrated player, as I say every single week. Got the assist for Aronson's goal. His second goal that was again, passing wise, yes, I know a lot of people say, oh, he only passes side to side or backwards. That's why he gets high percentage passing, but two key passes, few key passes into the final third. I thought he was overall brilliant. Few dribbles as well. Tackling was good for me. I thought he was brilliant. I will give Gruev an 8 today, which leads me on to the front two. Um, I will go for Calvert-Lewin next. Obviously, scored a penalty, got the assist for the first goal, which was good pressing, tackling. He was unlucky not to score another one. Um, Obviously, 3 shots, 1 on target, 2 were blocked. So for me, Calvert Lewin leads the line very, very well. Brilliant in the air. Have we got Craig back? Or is his internet still shaky like Leeds' defence?
Well, I am in Newcastle, so
Right, mate. I have gone through the player ratings for Ampadu, Gruev, and Stat so far. So, do you want to quickly give me your ratings then before you disappear again because of the poor internet? What would you rate Ampadu, mate?
yeah. 2.5.
6.5. And Statch, mate, I
How did you
give
get that
him
back?
a. Pardon? Oh, cracking internet.
What?
No, he has gone again. So again, I do apologise for this technical difficulty that we are experiencing today. Calvert Lewin, I'm just going to go back to him. I'm going to give him an 8.5. Led the line brilliantly. Again, brilliant in the air. Um, Presses the ball well when he can. And then I will go on to Brendan Aronson again. I am a massive, massive Aronson fan, as I've said from the beginning, even before we signed him. For me, he is just brilliant, and he's definitely getting into his stride. He's going back to that Chelsea game when he was excellent for us. Couple of spouts in the Championship, and I know a lot of people don't rate him, didn't want him to be in the Premier League, but especially since December in this new formation. This formation has helped Aronson out probably more than anybody in terms of he can have that free role in that 10 role behind the two strikers or in the mid or even up front as we saw it today. Gets 2 goals and they were perfectly finished. Obviously, he scored last game as well. Not only is he finished, he was tackling well. 4 tackles out of 4 he made. I mean, 1 interception. He won 2 aerial duels today. Pass rating was again 27 out of 34. 58 touches. So for me, he was absolutely everywhere today. 9.5 I will give Aronson. For those of you that are listening, let us know your player ratings in the comments if you've made it this far. Yeah, we do apologise for Craig. He is having technical difficulties today. Yeah, Danny, I mean, you're saying in the comments, Craig's absolutely loving it at the moment. And I think this purple form is actually showing what he can do. Will it last forever? Maybe not. But while he's in this red hot form, we just need to enjoy Aronson right now. 9.5 for me. I go on to the subs now. Noah Okafor, again, 2 late subs for me. Didn't really do anything when he came on. I think I will give him a 6. Nothing really of note for him. But Metcha for me, I've seen some people think that he's not good enough, or Craig was saying earlier that why we brought him on. He was unlucky with he had a good dribble, but For me, he should have crossed it to the back post instead of shooting. He went for the near post. If you just tried to do a through ball or a low cross to the back post, we should score that. But apart from that, I don't really know what Metcha really brings to us. So he gets a 6 as well. Um, and then the three subs, Bornau, Tanaka, and Nonto, didn't really do much of note. So I'm not really going to rate them. So that will be the player ratings for me. But I will quickly do a rating on Farker, which we have been doing recently. I thought the starting lineup was great. I did. I thought it was good because we're playing away from home. So you play two defensive midfields. That was what his ethos was last season when we're doing it. If we went away from home, he would play Gruev and Ampadu. And for me, we were just way too open in this game. But the subs let us down. You think when it was 2-all, that's when the subs needed to make. Yes, you went 3-2 up. You could have done a bit more defensive then. You could have brought Tanaka on then. You could have even brought in Perot to help out instead, or Nonto, I think, would have been the best option to bring on. I think Nonto winding up their defenders or Joel Linton would have done better for me. But I think Farker, it's going to be harsh, but 6.5 or 7. I don't think he wanted a 7.5, Danny, from the comments. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 7 for his late subs. We do have Craig's player ratings here because he did mess up with his internet. He's gotten 7.5 for Ampadu, 7.5 for Statch, 7.5 for Gruev, 9 for Aronson. I think that's probably going to be because he gave away the penalty, so that's probably why he's marked him down. DC Allen 8, Okafor 5, Metcha 6. The others weren't on long enough, and Farkas 7. I mean, I've seen somebody post on X that he's tactically inept, but when you've gone this many games unbeaten, I think today has shown what he needs to learn, and that is being more reactive with his subs, making him quicker, making him more decisive. Yes, they had to make. Yes, Newcastle had to make two subs at halftime because Tau was going to be sent off at some point because of his rashness. Then he brought on another two as well, or another sub. Farker did his subs way too late, and that is his only critique from me. But yeah, I am going to leave that there because Craig's internet has messed up completely. Let us know your comments, your thoughts on player ratings below, and your thoughts on the game, guys.